Post-trail depression after a thru hike. Is it a real thing? In my experience, it is 100% a real thing, and it's extremely difficult to go through. Hi, I'm Audrey. On trail, I'm known as Glow Stick. In 2018, I quit my job in Washington, D.C. to thru-hike the Appalachian Trail from Georgia to Maine. It was magical. What was not magical was the post-trail depression that I had to deal with afterwards. So a lot of people warn you about this. Former thru-hikers warn you about this post-trail depression, the post-trail blues that you're gonna get once you finish your hike. And you know, they say it has to do with leaving behind this incredible experience and spending less time outside and doing less exercise and being away from this amazing trail community that you've come to get used to in the past 5 or 6 or 7 months. And while I agree with all of that, for me, I had really terrible post-trail depression, and it was worse than anything I've ever experienced mentally in my life. Worse than the worst breakup I've ever had, worse than my seasonal affective disorder, worse than premenstrual dysphoric disorder, which is basically a really bad PMS that I deal with every month. It was so hard. I felt like after the trail, I still remained really active. Granted, I wasn't doing still the same miles that I was through hiking, but I was going off on a 4 to 5 mile hike every single day because I was applying for jobs afterwards. I didn't have a job to go back to, so I still had a lot of free time. So I was doing 4 to 5 miles of hiking every day. Some days I was running, I was going for a walk. So I was spending a good amount of time outside in the country where my parents live, being active, and I still experienced such bad depression afterwards. I felt like my brain was sick. That's the only way I can think to put it. I felt like there was something seriously wrong with my brain. I don't know if it was that I wasn't getting as much dopamine and serotonin because I had been used to being flooded with those chemicals for so many months on trail. I've read a theory on the trek by I think she is a psychologist, or she's getting a PhD in psychology or something. I'm so sorry, I can't remember her name off the top of my head. But she thinks that what hikers experience afterward is grief. Again, I could see many aspects of it seeming like grief, but for me, it really just felt like I was sick. So I think for myself, I think it was a chemical imbalance. You know, my brain trying to get used to, again, not getting those natural feel-good chemicals that you get from doing so much exercise and spending so much time outside. And I know that in my normal life, when I'm not through hiking between 15 and 20 miles a day, I feel my best mentally when I'm taking care of myself physically. If I'm not exercising, I'm not feeling good mentally. I honestly feel like one of the best ways to protect your mental health, at least for my own self, is to consistently exercise. I'm not a doctor, I have no medical training, but I can just say in my own experience that when I'm not exercising, I'm not doing well mentally. When I am exercising, I probably am doing a lot better mentally than if I'm not. So, I don't know. In my opinion, exercise is kind of key to mental health. Mental and physical health are very intrinsically connected. But anyway, so that's my experience with post-trail depression. I'd be interested to hear if other people have experienced this, and if so, what their experience was like. If you think it was all mental, if you think it was physical. It's a mystery. I don't know, but I'm curious to learn more about it, and I've tried to research, and there's just not a lot of information out there. So anyway, hope you like this video. If so, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Talk to you all later.